Hey everybody, what's up? So this morning we've got what I think is a super fun tree that we're gonna do. It's gonna push the limits a little bit, which is always fun, and then also it's gonna require some super interesting rigging, which I'm super excited to share with you. At least I think it's exciting and interesting. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've already done it. Maybe it's something people do every day and I just didn't know. But anyhow, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be removing this cherry tree right here. Wait a minute. Wrong cherry tree. We're going to be removing this cherry tree right here. And it starts down there and it arches all the way up over this Norway maple tree and comes poking out the top. It's also got a limb which you can't see here that reaches out about, maybe 2/3 the way up, maybe halfway up, something like that. And it goes right to the top of this maple tree. So the only way to remove this limb is for it to go up. Because there's absolutely no way we can lower it or drop it or anything through the Norway maple canopy, because those limbs are pretty fragile and are quite prone to snapping off. So we're going to establish a speed line up in the top here, and we're going to use a GRCS to tension it, and through that whole system we're going to use the tension in the speed line to lift this limb up out of the top of the tree. I think it's going to be super interesting. I want to take you guys along for the ride and show you how it goes, and hopefully you find it just as entertaining as I do. So stick around and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're up in a tree now and we got quite a maze of things going on. We've got our speed line that comes up over the crotch and the top of the tree there, and is redirected over to our branch, which is directly in front of the sun, so we won't look at that. And then it goes down there, runs through a block and into the top of the GRCS. And then we've got our control line. This goes down to a porta wrap. It's on a tree stump down there, and then it comes over and is tied to this limb. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to cut this off. Felicia down there is going to crank on the GRCS, and that's going to pull this piece that direction. And then once it goes, it's going to be a little bit violent. It's a little bit scary probably. And then once that happens, we'll use a control line to slowly lower the branch down the speed line. So that is the plan. If you get to see this video, that means I lived through it. So we'll see how it goes here. Okay, she started to move there a little bit from the pre-tension we have on the rigging rope. Felicia, go ahead and crank a little bit up. She's going. Okay. So Felicia, go ahead and tension that up just a little bit slowly, because we don't need to go crazy. Do a little bit more. Keep going. Okay, stop there. And Joel, go ahead and start and let that down. We'll see if it's tangled in that maple tree too much. Felicia, try cranking a little bit more. There we go. There it goes. Okay. Oh, mama, that's nice and sweet. Okay. Okay, go ahead and make this cut. This one is at a much less friendly angle than the last one, but it is what it is. They'll probably get stuck in the maple tree again, and whoa, I'll have to do a bunch of cranking. Go. There it goes. Okay, that could be a little tougher to get out, but go ahead and do some cranking, Felicia. Okay, go ahead and crank, Felicia, as fast as you can. Oh, too late. Alrighty. Woo! Joel, go ahead and let it down a little bit. Yep. Okay, it's gonna come off here on its own. Something I really like right here, we've got set up real nicely, is that for the most part, both the anchor sides of the rigging lines and the working sides of the rigging lines are a fairly similar angle away from the spar, which means that all the force is being direct, most of the force aside from any friction inefficiencies is being placed vertically on the spar, which is the way the spar is the strongest. And up when you spin the little cherry trees, that's the way I like it. Okay, keep cranking. Yeah, that's what I like to see. So nice. Oh boy. Okay, well, that hinge failed earlier than I wanted it to. I was really hoping to stand it up further, but go ahead and keep cranking, Felicia. We'll see if we can lift it out of the top of this tree. Golden. Ah, come on. Up. Okay. You can go ahead and let that down, Joel. There we go. Dang it. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, we're coming down for lunch and then we'll go back up and finish her out. Alrighty, so we just wrapped up lunch, so we're gonna hop back up in this tree and knock it out nice and quick. So there she stands in all of her glory. I'm probably gonna go up and just free fall those tops this direction, right to us. I don't know, I might go up there and maybe I'll decide to speed line them down just to be nice to things. Alrighty, it still brushed a couple of those branch tips. I don't think it broke anything, but that's okay. We're gonna tip the rest of this top all right down there. There it is. What a noodle. These cherry trees, I'm telling you. They just weebly wobblies and they all fall down. Hey, look at that. We get a, what's that, transversal wave or something they call that into this thing? Whatever. Of course it ain't straight, you know. Nothing to make life easier. But Alrighty, now we just plop some pieces of wood down there. Oh hey, I just wanted to offer anybody a little tip that didn't already know this, but if you got a rope bridge and you want to do some spar work and you've got your fancy akimbo that you paid a lot for because it's nice and short, but your rope bridge is all floppy and makes it useless, you can always just, you know, pull a little bit through here and cinch things up nice and tight and tie a little extra overhand knot for a stopper knot, and there you go. She's nice and tight and right next to Big Johnson and the boys in this harness, but you know, it still comes in handy. Trying to lean back on me a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we got on the ground here. It was my hinge cutting skills were kind of noobish. I'm not sure what my problem was, but it always gets tricky for me when my bar isn't as long as the tree is wide. So I'm sure everybody struggles with that at least at some point. But she's all on the ground now. I laid this log here intentionally because, as you see, this thing has got quite the curve to it, and what we didn't want is this thing to come and do the worm on the ground and end up marking up one of these trees beside it here. So we got her down. It's a sad story. It's a nice cherry log. Aside from the curve, it's probably 8 feet of straight at the bottom, but there's no good way to get out of this backyard without tearing things up. So she's gonna have to be cut into smaller pieces and hauled away and turned into firewood somewhere else. So it'll still go to good use, don't worry. But it's just the way it goes sometimes. You know, we come to work to make money, not to save everything possible. So, oh, that's my phone ringing. See you guys later.